Okay, today is Friday, September 14th, 2018. Just finished the Better Me committee meeting. This is now the recap of the meeting. Did I really misspell the word meeting here? I did. Well, not meeting, but Better Me committee. Meeting recap. Okay. Let's see what we have here. When we talked about health, had my annual visit with my PCP, Dr. Conrad. He also signed a referral for me to be part of the Skills mobile program. So, hold on. So that's on the ball rolling. Matter of fact, I've already set up a date for me and the mobile director, Miss Bloom, to finalize some paperwork so that we can get the ball rolling on that. Also, the things we are working on with in therapy with Mrs. Tucker, things are going pretty well. We're finalizing some of the ideas that we have for being able to start the face-to-face with Xavier and his mother. So that's gonna be ongoing. Hopefully by next month the idea will be concrete and we can possibly start it in hopefully in October, if not the very latest November. Yeah, very latest November. We set it up to at least be finalized by at least Xavier's mother, and then hopefully by December the first face-to-face will occur. Pending things that are actually important, but not necessarily primarily important, such as the dentist thing, being able to get my partial. That's something that can obviously be pushed back because we, as you remember from the last meeting recap, the partial repair got denied by the insurance because I did not qualify for that kind of package. However, there's another service, the benefit limit exception program that they have, but honestly it's not really that important right now, so I'm going to push that back, worry about it later on this year. If it's something that's important for me to go back to, I will. If it's something that can continue to be pushed back, then I might scrap the entire partial repair idea. Next thing is neurologist. We talked about last month. We talked about seeing Dr. Ruman, getting the headaches more or less controlled by me, not medication, and that the systems in my brain are still benign. Nothing to really worry about currently in this current time. So, also the last thing you see there is OVR. The program we're postponing the program for the PWAT, which is a personal work adjustment training program. We're postponing that the 20-day long program until things kind of calm down. A lot of things happened this summer. A lot of things are still going to be happening for the legacy project and everything else. And as much as I want more training and more funding to be better at things right now, I feel that we can potentially wait on that until things cool down a little bit here. With that being said, I honestly think that is all there is for health. Boom. Ooh, messed it up a little bit. Very unprofessional, man. Okay, there we go. With finances, I'm still working for Magnum Broadcasting as a operations technician. I work on the equipment up in Renovo. That's about 6 hours a paycheck, and I do board op, and I'm a temporary board op during key Magnum Broadcasting events. That's about an extra 3 hours per paycheck. So obviously my responsibilities have gone up, but at the same time, my pay hasn't really increased tremendously. Still the same rate. Nothing has really bumped up. Then sometimes, because like I said, it's a temporary board op, so it's not like all the time. Whereas Renova is constant 6 hours every paycheck. So there's that. I saw a Subaru Baja Sport. Let me see if I can pull it up. But I saw it a little while ago, last week or the week before, and I realized how much I really actually wanted to get it. Um, Now the thing with that is that I will have to find a way to pay for that without actually bankrupting myself, if you will. I haven't ever paid for a car in payments like anything from an actual dealership. So edge window. Give me a second, and I can at least share the window that I'm currently looking at. Of course, you're not gonna show it to me because that would have been nice. That would have been the appropriate thing to do. Screw it, it's not that important per se. But like, if you're curious on what it looks, if you're curious on what it looks like, then you can definitely just look it up somewhere. But I'm thinking about getting that. I saw that, and it says the payments are as low as $40 a week, which would add up to $160 a month. Now, I with everything that I pay, you look further down with the budgeting breakdown. 520 for primary required things such as like electric, um, car insurance. I need that to be able to run my car properly. Things like that. That's 520 some dollars. Subscriptions such as phone services and etc. That's about $40. And those two things actually are the main thing. Everything else I can kind of flip around, but the thing is, after the $560, I have about $160 left. And I say about, like I might have $163 left, so it's not really that much of a difference. So the question is, can I financially be able to afford making payments on a car? If not, then I might have to find some other place that isn't this dealership that I found, Quetzal and DuBois. So that's something I'm gonna have to look more closely into. Also, between now and Christmas, I'm giving myself that leeway. I need to find a way to be able to pay off some of my past electric bill. I don't have an electric bill right now. I had it before, but the bill's really high. I said the number before. I'm not going to say it again because it's ridiculously high. And it's rightfully so because for many different other factors I'm not going to go into right now. But I need to find a way to lower that down for future reasons. So, obviously, I can't get another electric bill unless I lower it down. So that's something else I need to consider. Now, the budget didn't breakdown, as I already talked about, the primary is $520. Subscriptions to certain things are $400. The legacy fund, I said classified but ongoing. I don't want to say how much is in the account right now. I'm not saying that it's not a lot. I'm not saying that it is a lot. I'm saying there's money in there currently, and so far I've been able to be, from the paychecks I get from Magnum, myself put $10 into the account. Now, if some of you know, when Xavier's mother tried to file for child support, I was willing to be able to give some, but because I don't make enough, they just couldn't take it. Nor is it something that I think that if they try to take anything, obviously I'm still struggling with trying to figure out how to make ends meet with that. Magnum has helped me out with that a little bit, but even with Magnum's work, I don't make enough for them to take money out of it. So I decided to make my own fund for Xavier, and I call it the Legacy Fund. And I put a certain amount from each paycheck into this fund for him. So if anything were to come up, like let's say he needs clothes, or he needs glasses, something that he needs, I'll be able to, at the very least, help his mother pay for that kind of stuff. So there's that. And with that being said, I think that's actually the last thing there. So the next thing that I am going to, I don't know how they all got scrolled to the bottom. Here we go. Okay. Here, the legacy protocol is what I'm calling it, because I couldn't think of a name of what I'm doing when it comes to making myself better for him. So the ultimate goal, obviously, self-independence is paramount to everything that's moving forward. I say that because there was a conversation that was had a little while ago, the idea that the judge is not going to accept for somebody in my situation, not just the mental health, but also the criminal history, uh, and a certain key things that one systematically I've been trying to get rid of, like not having a vehicle. I got that, obviously. Not having a job, I have that. Granted, it's not the best job and it doesn't really pay all that great, if at all. But I have one, so it's showing the idea of improvement. Now the idea is to always kind of show moving that I am moving forward to an ideal environment for Xavier to be raised in. I don't want it to take forever. I don't want it to take years. I'm very much upset by the fact that I'm still in the stage one part of seeing him. I'm still in the video sessions that we have because of distance that his mother has put between me and him. Um, at the same time, I do believe that working together with not just Xavier and his mother, but also with the other agencies, is helping me move forward to be able to work through this obstacle and be able to make things better. Now, skills. I talked about that earlier. The idea that skills is criteria, being able to help people cope with certain with their own issues of mental health, will be paramount in being able to not just prove that I can, but also help me gain more skills so that I can. The electric bill is something that must be adjusted before moving into my own residence, because obviously there's very few places that are going to have electricity included that I can get into. Keep in mind that I do have all those other barriers around me, but being criminal history, mental health, and what have you. Also, something that has been happening recently, Danny and the girls, I've been spending weekends with them, and one girl's 13, the other one's 8, and their mother's aware of my situation and everything else, and me being around them throughout the weekend is helping me not just cope with younger children, because I'm not really good at kids, but I have to be good with kids to be able to have my son. Granted, my son and kids are two different things, but for me to be able to be in that environment, for me to get used to the idea there's children running around, he's gonna want stuff, and kids want stuff, just kind of get me back into the setting of that's Danny's idea, more or less, and that was very helpful. Also, there is a child, one of the two girls has a situation similar to Xavier, so that gives me more experience on what do I do to be able, not just me to cope, but how do I get this little girl to cope whenever she's having a frustrating day, or she's having difficulty communicating. It gives me that experience, like, okay, this is what I should do, this is what the experience feels like, and it just kind of prepares me more for Xavier himself. Also, while I'm there, I learned how to cook, prepare meals, and I have here written problem management skills. Keep that in mind. Also today, during a meeting, Ten suggested that parenting courses would not be a bad idea. Now, I was part of parenting courses before when I was with Xavier and his mother. And matter of fact, we were so good that they actually recorded us being parents because we were so freaking good at what we did. Granted, everything else has fell off to the wayside since then, but I do believe that enrolling myself into a parenting program would not be a bad idea at all. Hobbies, I just actually, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time. Danny got me an Xbox One, which makes it easier for me to do the Let's Stream Sunday. I am still kind of trying to figure out exactly how Xavier plays on the Xbox. I don't exactly want to have his mom or her new thing account on my Xbox. I kind of just want to be directly involved with him, but at the same time, it might be something I have to bite because he's not going to have his own Xbox account. I have to understand that, because if it was me, I wouldn't let him have his own Xbox account either. So it has that benefit. It also benefits me with the second chance reviews, things that I'm doing, rather than having to be like, okay, now I need to set up an actual stream. I need to know what I'm doing. I could just be like, oh, Sunday I'm just gonna do whatever. I'm just gonna pop in a game, play it, and it gets streamed live. And if you like it, great. If you don't, then you don't. I also obtained more equipment. I actually got myself a scanner and printers underneath the computer. The amount of work it took me to install that. I'm still trying to figure out how to install the printer, because guess what? They no longer make the driver for that printer for Windows 10. Shocker. So I need to figure out how to get around that. But I also got a recreational chair, as you can see back here, and a new pinboard, which is behind you. It makes it easier for me to see what's actually my actual daily things when I'm on my computer. And I'm still working on reviving the Second Chance Review. Second Chance Review website. There we go. With the Myers house, Bobby's not moving for another few months. Not really much of a shocker there, but then again, I've always mentioned before, the idea of waiting on somebody else to do something doesn't make any sense, so I'm just going to move forward with my own plan. However, about 2 weeks ago, Chuck's father passed away. The funeral's tomorrow, and I am extremely shocked that they said that they want me there. I wasn't that close to him, but I was decently close to my dad's mom, Nan. Well, Chuck's mom, Nan. And she requested me personally. She said she'd be better if I was there. So I'm going there tomorrow with the rest of the rest of Myers to pay respects. So there's that. Update on the legacy, as in all things involving Xavier. Xavier has a soccer game this Saturday, and guess who can't not come? And not because of the funeral, no, that's because the face-to-face hasn't happened yet, and actually his mother only told me about the soccer game yesterday. If she would give me maybe a week or two a heads up, I probably would have been like, you know what, I'll talk to my PO. I'll talk to Annette. We'll see what we can do about me just coming up to, it won't be like a face-to-face, but I'll watch him play. And heck, I mean, I might even ask her, like, hey, if you can, record it for me. I might even try to see if I can send out a message about that real quick while I'm doing the last minute things here. But what else? I don't need to open that. Which I can't attend. He isn't adapting well to school. Matter of fact, he seems like he's having quite a bit of trouble there. The same problems that he had at his last school, he's now kind of having now. And it's not something that can do like, hey, snap out of it. It's something that has to be worked on. Now, whenever we do visitation, we work on words, letters, and everything else. His biggest difficulty is the fact that it's hard for him to stay focused on. It's either he can't stay focused on one thing, or his inability to be able to switch from one thing to another. We need to be able to find a way to work on that for him to listen, for him to do what he's told. Because I realized a lot of the times during visitation, when I ask him to do something, he chooses to ignore it, and you kind of have to not force him, but kind of like coax him strongly. Kind of like, hey buddy, come on buddy, let's get back on task. Let's do what we said we were gonna do. It takes a while. Usually, I have to resort to what his mom does, which is the countdown, like 1, 2, and I realize when I do it, I can't do anything when I get to 3. I can't even call her because I'm currently on her phone, but he's on her phone while I'm talking to him. So it's one of those. It's almost an empty threat, and I hate empty threats. So like, there's that whole ordeal and spiel right there. But it's one of the things that we do have to figure out exactly what we can do to make that better. I'm hoping that if I talk to Annette, I've been trying to send off the permission, the paperwork required by the school for me to be able to talk to them about him. I haven't heard anything back from them, so I guess I just need to keep sending it out, keep making phone calls, and hoping something works. With that being said, yeah. Oh, also, they're putting them in small classes to help them with that. So there are steps being taken and things being done. I want to see what my part in it can be. What can I do to improve on that? So there's that. Okay, well then, with that being said now, that's it for the Better Me Committee meeting recap. There we go. Mouthful. Say that 3 times fast. I hope that was informative. I hope you guys are able to understand what I'm saying and able to follow through what's going on. Thank you very much for giving me your 20 minutes, and I hope you all have a very nice weekend. Take it easy.